So just a quick announcement before we get into the video. Due to the number of episodes it's required me to get this far in the two-manager project, obviously we've got a long way to go still. We're just in a Vanarama. We still need to get to the Premiership and we still need to win the Champions League. So there's going to be a lot of episodes if I continue to do 10 to 12 episodes per season. So moving forward, things are going to change a little bit. I may change the format, but initially I'm just going to reduce the number of episodes, and really just that means you'll see slightly less games. But the format initially will stay the same. As and when I make changes, you'll be the first to know. Hello and welcome to Season 6, Episode 2 of the Two Manager Project, and we start, as always, with Manager 1 and Royal Wootton Bassett. As you know, we have been unified, or reunited should I say, with Manager 2, who of course is managing Newport County in the Vanarama South, having switched from Halesowen. And anyway, Royal Wootton Bassett lying in 8th. If we take a look at our fixtures thus far, it wasn't an awful August. I mean, you saw the 3-2 win over Slough, which I was very pleased about. Well, we followed that with 3 draws, 0-0. 0-0, 0-0, 0-0. Canvey Island, 0-0. Eastleigh, 0-0. Chesham, 0-0. But we were lucky enough to come away with a 1-0 against Welling, which wasn't a bad result. Interestingly enough, if you look at our pre-season friendlies against Swindon and Cirencester, both opposite ends of the scales, I'd like to suggest, in terms of teams. Both games, 0-0. That does obviously indicate a slight issue with our scoring. If I go back here, you can see that our top goal scorer is, in fact, Fergus McCautry, who plays on the wing. It just goes to show he probably would even score more if he was playing as an inside forward up front, if he can indeed play as an inside forward. I don't think he can because he's left-footed. Yeah. Nevertheless, he's been great, but there have been 1 or 2 other signings. If I go to transfers and the transfer history, obviously you know about Fergus. You knew about Callum, who we brought in from Halesowen. Well, there's been a couple of others. I don't know if you knew about Alan Rivers or not. He's a kid, basically, but he's a possible for the future. He's not quite fit for first team. He's had 1 sub-appearance, and as you can see, it wasn't particularly fantastic, and he hasn't really rang any bells under the non-competitive side either, but yeah. He's one for the future, is the point. After him, though, we picked up 2 more strikers, because, of course, we had, having let Harris go, we, of course, only have Swifty and Corkery. So we brought in Ricky German, who you may or may not remember, whom we have faced against Hendon, I believe, actually, or Halesowen did in the FA Cup at some point or another. But he's yet to play for us yet. He's only played non-competitively. Again, he looked better when he first came in, but he is on non-contract, so it's nothing too iffy. But I do like the fact that he's not too bad on the right wing now, which is an area, of course, where we lack depth. And then there's this guy, Francis Baptiste. Now, Baptiste, he's kind of one of our top earners, really, in terms of he's got a loyalty bonus. He's got a fairly hefty goal bonus if he makes it. His appearance fee, goal bonus, they all had to be the top we could offer, plus he also gets 475 quid a week. He's pretty much... I'm not going to say we bust a bank on him, because I think we are still sat with a little bit left. Not a very large amount, but a little bit left to spend on wages. But he took a chunk, unfortunately. Plus, he'll be costing us, when we're playing him, or when he's on the bench. In terms of his performances so far, he's had 1 start, which he was no good, and he hasn't played anything non-competitively, so... yeah, don't know yet. Obviously, it's early days. He's got to get time to come in. Ironically, he's one of these players that apparently is an accomplished at attacking midfield right, but he's natural up front. But up front, he doesn't have a natural role, but he's a natural winger. I'm not sure how much sense that makes, but we'll see. So we kind of put in a bit of faith in him. He is only on 3 years contract, though, because, like I say, he's kind of got a bit to live up to. And I'm hoping that he and Corkery can work together and do all right. If we go and have a look at said Mr. Corkery, in fact, I think it was easier to see on the homepage here. He's got the most assists. He's still storming along. You know, he's 2.5 stars ability and 3-star potential. He's, you know, maybe this is his Harris season where he has a storming season and then just drops off at the end of next season. I don't know. I hope not. I hope he's with us for a while. But yeah, 5 appearances, 1 goal, 2 assists. But as you can see, he's played fairly well. His passing has been pretty good. I mean, he's not bad non-competitively. But unfortunately, our man Swift, on the other hand, and we'll have to look at tactics, is probably the easiest way. He'll be around near or nearabouts. John Swift. He's not been doing well at all. 4 starts, 1 sub appearance. He's done all right in non-competitive, but he's struggling to step it up. So I'm not really sure what to do. So in terms of today's fixtures, Manager 1 and Rawwood and Bassett are away at Cray. And as you might imagine, oh, look who are favourites. It's Cray. When we play Newport in the next game, look who are favourites. It's Newport. Eastbourne Borough? Oh, they're favourites too. So yeah, pretty much everybody is favourite when it comes to Rawwood and Bassett at the moment, so every point counts. Now, obviously, today's fixture for Bassett is Cray. We will be coming back for the Newport County game, but not in this episode. Reason being is that Gambia have a fixture in between Cray and Newport County, and of course one after between Newport County and Eastbourne Borough, which is away at Morocco and away at Equatorial Guinea, both friendly matches. So the next episode will literally be the Newport County game and the 2 international friendlies. So if we join Manager 2 now over at Newport County, we're top. Results have been pretty good. I think, as you remember from the first game, which we drew 0-0 with Concord, I was quite disappointed. They felt like they were running through treacle. They didn't feel like a team that belonged in the National. It was iffy, and I think it was probably more to do with morale and team cohesion and stuff like that. We bounced back against Chippenham. We had a lovely 5-2 win, but when it came to the Chestnut game, it felt just like the Concord game. There was slogging, blah, 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 blah. And I think, if memory serves, we went 1-0 down. Yes, we did. And we only salvaged a draw with a penalty in the 72nd minute. But that being said, I was able to yell at them a bit half-time and get them a bit more motivated, and they seemed more like a better team. Obviously, I've played around with the tactics a bit. That's going to be an ongoing thing. I initially had this fantastic idea that I would have 3 sets of tactics, 1 for home, 1 for away, and 1 for special occasions. And of course, it's not really a realistic thing to do at the moment. I just need to tweak and play with it, and kind of stick to 1 formation realistically. After the Chestnut game, however, we had a nice game against St Albans. Again, they felt like they were firing on all cylinders. It was a decent game. Not too many fouls, and, well, certainly not too many cards at least. Because when we actually look at the Winbourne game, I'm fairly sure there were quite a few, including Hardcastle getting sent off on the 51st minute. But yeah, an own goal for each team, so realistically it should have just been 2-1. But it was nice to see Toure do well. He's had a quiet time and not really performed so far. As you can see, his 6.4, 6.4, he hadn't done. Oh, he'd gone up to 7 there. But yeah, he hadn't been fantastic until. So yeah, 3 goals in 4 starts, and 2 of those are from 1 game. But yeah, so he's woken up, which is the important thing. And like I say, the team appears to be doing it better. I mean, if we go and look at the dynamics now, dressing room atmosphere's improved. Team cohesion's pretty good. There are 1 or 2 little changes in line with the responsibilities or the agreed philosophies that I have to sign young players for the first team. That's pretty much what I've done. We have a quick look at the players in. He's one of the more recent ones, Dave Rathbone, central midfielder. We got a bit of a lack of depth in central midfield because, of course, one or two had, or one guy, major guy, had moved on. So he's got good, very strong potential. He's only 18 years old. Does have a lack of flair, but still, as you can see, we don't have anybody particularly strong above 3 stars, but he fits into that rotation, which is fantastic. I can't remember if he's played yet or not. I don't think he has, no. That's how new he is. We also have Jack Evans, a central defender again, youngster. Pretty decent potential. Fairly decent physicals. I mean, I know he's not super quick, but still. Yeah. We needed a depth. He's only played a non-competitive game and he stormed it, so I'm sure he'll be fine. Bobby Rice is another centre-half for the same reason. Good potential, slightly better current ability, decent physicals. It's just, again, we had a lack of depth in central defence. So instead of saying, getting one more expensive player, I've got 2 younger players that I can play around with there. We've also got Roberto Nditi, who we signed at the start of the season, whom you already know about, who, of course, is still suffering from his groin strain. So he's not had much chance. He didn't quite fit into the young player for the first team category, even at 23. But he is a current Tanzanian international. But like I say, he had one game in the non-competitive in the friendlies, got injured, and we haven't seen him since. So looking forward to him coming back, and everybody else, obviously, you already know. Anyway, in terms of today's fixture for Newport County, they are at home to Tunbridge. Tunbridge are currently sitting 21st, so they've not had a good start to the season, and judging by what our scouts telling us, they're not a strong side. It's interesting because, of course, that is the valuation from Newport County. But when you look at a team from Royal Wootton Bassett, that would probably be 3.5, 4 stars all the way up there. So it gives you it gives you a bit of a different perspective, I guess, because of course, it shows you the difference in, size, shall we say, and quality between Newport County and Royal Wootton Bassett. Okay, and we start with manager 1 and Royal Wootton Bassett away to Cray. In goal, it's Girling, a back 4 of Smalley, Cabani, Taylor and Otley. Left wing McCautry, central midfield Bolton and Lamptey. Out on right it's Chima, and up front it is Baptiste and Corkery. We do actually lack a certain amount of depth on the right wing as well. I've got a couple of youth players who can kind of play, but Chima, he's struggling to get going. I'll not lie to you. He's kind of struggling with that step up, so with the small amount of budget that we have left, I might be looking at somebody to step into his shoes. I was also considering a backup possibly, or even a replacement for Girling, but the Chima situation, especially when you've only got one guy able to play there, it's, I guess, a little more pressing. That being said, it's early days, and you never know, today might be his day that he picks it back up, but if we can get somebody as good as McCautry out on the right, we'll be laughing. Okay, Eddie Moran, we should try and encourage the team, and I agree. Let's give the fans something to cheer. How about that? Corkery like that. That's good. Pick up where you left off. Alright, kick off. Royal Wootton Bassett in the blue with the yellow socks, and Cray in the yellow tops with the black shorts and black socks, and it's a kick-off for Cray. Let's see how they get on. I'm bringing it short. I should prevent short distribution. There we go. Okay. McAteer, long ball forward. And as far as Otley. Girling now with the goal kick. And as far as Morrison, but Lamptey comes down to pick it up. Taylor now Another long ball forward. Picked up by Corkery. Corkery puts it out wide for McCautry. McCautry's on the box. Cross rebounds off the defender and it's out for a Bassett throw-in to be taken by Smalley. Smalley to Bolton and McAteer. Yeah. Don't know if he's fouled him so much, but free kick. Chima to take it. Comes into the box. Cleared by Morrison. Only as far as Otley though. Otley to Taylor. Taylor finds Corkery. Corkery tries to cross it, but it comes off the defender and Cray on the counter-attack now. Lodge Francis comes up on the wing. Oh, gets past the Bassett defender and goodness, curls one in, which if Girdling hadn't got on that might have been a bit iffy. Okay, McCautry now. Puts the ball for Corkery to chase, which he gets to. And he's forced to corner. We are set to play for set pieces. I'm just going to do that for now, just to see. Corner to be taken by Bassett. Chima to take it. Ooh, that's a high one. Cleared by the defender. Smalley picks it up. Finds Kabani. Corkery now. Dispossessed at the edge of the box. Coddington puts the ball forward. Picked up by Kendall now for Cray. Lodge Francis puts the ball forward. I'm going to go back to key highlights because it's a little bit of to and froing, but I feel like we were the stronger side, even though it doesn't show that stats-wise. Come on, boys. Let's go positive and see how that goes, because we're being pushed here now by Cray. Certainly in terms of possession. Hang on a minute. Show some passion, will you? I feel like I need to go back to full match. Come on, Gabani. I don't feel like we're pressing very hard, are we? Do you know what? I think I'm going to go to a direct counter-attack approach and see how that works for us. See if people wake up a bit. Come on, Bolton. Can you create something for us? There we go. Baptiste's come deep to get that one. Puts it up for Corkery to chase. Oh, he did. Nope. He's offside. Good effort. I'm not seeing... Well, Corkery's not having the best of time thus far. McAteer now for Cray. Beckford. Vince. McAteer. Looking to create space. Lodge Francis in the box. There we go. Chima now coming forward for Bassett with the ball. Puts a long one forward, cleared by the defender. That's not really ideal. Otley now coming forward for Bassett. We're going to see cut in. Oh dear. And he's managed to keep possession and he's on a run. Let's put it out wide for McCautry. And McCautry couldn't get to it. You're not very tight, are you? Come on, Bolton. Bolton puts the ball into the box for Corkery. It doesn't get there. Lodge Francis now for Cray. McAteer. It's interesting to see a McAteer and a Beckford. There we go. Come on, Girling. Long ball from Girling. And as far as McAteer. We're not... I wonder if I should just put us going attacking. Just see if we can scare the heck out of them. Alright. Throw in for Bassett. Otley to take it. Chima gets fouled. Ooh, looks like Farrell's getting a card. Naughty, naughty. Otley to take the free kick. Long one forward. Corker is on it though. Chima puts the ball into the box. Doesn't quite make it. Lamptey on the edge of the box. Bolton. Bolton dispossessed by Kendall. I don't feel like the central midfield has been great here either. Ball cleared there by Taylor. Only as far as Cray's Vince. Puts it out to Williams Lowe. Beckford, McAteer. They're looking to create space. Oi. Back to positive maybe. Attacking's too much. Oh. Free kick to Cray. At least nobody got carded. Jens to take it. McAteer. He seems a name I've been saying a lot. Vince. Let's try that. You know what? It really isn't working. Go on in, Lamptey. Lamptey puts it forward for Corkery. What I wanted to do was this. Go and press. Go on, Bolton. Bolton to Cabani. Cabani finds Smalley. I realise this is long and tedious. I apologise. But Baptiste tries to put the ball across. Did he get fouled? Oh no. Or he did the fouling, clearly. Alright, Beckford for Cray. Oh, McCautry dispossesses him, puts it forward for Baptiste. Baptiste puts the cross in. Bolton comes up. Oh my goodness. Gets on the end of the clearance, and it's Royal Wootton Bassett 1, Cray 0, just before half-time. 41.5 minutes, very nice. Lovely work by McCautry. Nice cross by Baptiste. Corkery, of course, couldn't get to it, but Bolton was there for the clearance, and nicely placed, sir. Well done. That's his first goal of the season. He's not the person I would expect to be rushing in to score that either, but never mind. Taylor clears it. Lamptey now. Puts the ball back to Girling fairly firmly. I'm not a fan of that. Barney puts the ball forward for Corkery. Coddington. Goalkeeper clears it for Cray. McAteer, Kendall. Come on, demand more. I'm going to go for key highlights now. Now that we got the lead. Yeah, Corkery's not having a good game, bless him. Lamptey's not having a good game. But we are in the lead. And yes, Eddie Moran, you are quite correct. There you go. You've played well, but there's still room for improvement. Anything to add? Alright. What we need to do here is take Mr. Corkery off. And I never like doing that. We're going to have to bring on Mr. Swift as a poacher, and Mr. Baptiste here is going to play as a target man. And I just want to check, does he much prefer to be there? He has no side preference, huh? What about Swifty? What's he like? Apparently no side preference either. Well, we'll keep him like that then. And just see what happens. That's one thing about Baptiste. He can play in a number of roles, so makes him quite useful. Who else is having a filthy game? Lamptey. And we have nobody on the bench for you, unfortunately, Mr. Lamptey. Forgot about that. How is McCautry's doing? Fabulously. Daniel Chima's not doing great. I could bring on Connell Horton, but he only likes to play on the left. He played out on the right recently and didn't enjoy it at all. Smalley's doing alright, so Goff can stay on the bench. I don't know what to do really other than that. I think that's your lot. I will be bringing off Cabani for Callum Beckett. There we go. Does Taylor play a better stopper? He does. And Mr. Beckett can be on defend. Alright, start the second half. Still some holes in the squad. It is how it is. Oops. Check the analysis and continue. Telling you what's going on. Ease off tackles. Work the ball into the box. And always press. Free kick from Vince for Cray. Cleared, but Kendall's on it. Willems low puts one in. Farrell's there. It's 1-1. That's his first goal of the season, but he squeezed a tight one in there at the near post. That's not very good. Oops, I apologise. You probably wanted to see that replay. I didn't. Let's come back to cautious, and I need to demand more, because wham there. God, Lamptey's knackered. This is not a good scenario. Swifty is awful. Show some passion. Maybe that'll help. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm going to settle for the 1 point here. But, this is not ideal. Williams low for Cray. They're keeping possession. Ethan Lamptey is exhausted. You know what? I'm going to bring him off for Commonwealth Horton. There we go. And we'll have him play as whatever he is. Kendall's coming forward. Vince. Otley clears it. Chima picks it up. He's on a run forward, but his distribution's bad. Bolton. Long one forward. Beckford. He's on a run back now, counter-attacking for Cray. Oh, they put a ball in. Kendall. Saved by Girling. Cray's got a corner, but we're not going to see it. Good work from Girling. Oh, Deacon to take the corner. Different one. Cleared. Horton. Tackled just outside the box. Good God, Cray having a go here. Chima now. We've only got to survive about 30 seconds, but he's on a run forward. And he's cut in. And he finds Bolton. And Bolton passes it back to Beckett. Because why would you want to go forward, Bolton? Oh, Otley's out on the right. Cross in. Far post. There's nobody there. Well, we had a little go there at the end, but you know what? That was not fantastic. A little bit disappointed in Ethan Lamptey today. But nevertheless, I will take that point. That's 1 point closer to 50 points we need to stay up, which is all I need to achieve this season. But yeah, I need to take a long look at my squad and think about bringing in a couple more faces, which, given our finances, well, yeah, that was disappointing. We join Manager 2 now. Newport County at home to Tunbridge. In goal, it's Bailey, a back four of Thompson, Fulston, O'Hora and Alban. In midfield, Hunt and Sutton, left wing Clark, right wing Collins, and up front it is Hardy and Toure. Okay, well, we've been doing all right. So, but I tell you what, even though I brought Gio Carcetti with me from Hales Owen, I don't think he's quite gelled with the players yet, because every time I ask for his advice, and take it, if you will, hand over to assistant, he seems to upset people. So, I'm going to keep on the team talks myself, and just say, team such of ours, we'll be fine. Alright, kick off. Newport are in the yellow/orange. It looks kind of yellow on this screen. And Tunbridge are in the all blue. It's Newport kickoff. I will go full match, just to make sure that we are of the right mind. Thompson with the throw in. Oh, Tarbuck tackles him, but he's been brought down. Yellow card already for Hunt. Neil Hunt. Naughty, naughty. Cole to take a free kick. Takes a shorty. Brown now on the run in for Tunbridge. Tarbuck on the wing. He's in the box. Dispossessed by Thompson. Thompson on the counter-attack now for Newport. And he is running well. He's got support in front of him, people behind him. But he has been tackled. Clark to take the free kick. Goes direct. Doesn't make it. Just going to demand more. But that was a nice counter-attack. Goal kick there. Toure picks it up, puts it out wide, finds Clark. Clark's got support on his left and he's been fouled. Oh dear, Walker. He's getting told off, but there's no yellow card. Collins to take the free kick. Puts it in. O'Hora, gets on the end. Henley saves it for Tunbridge. Long ball forward. Thompson returns the ball. All the way back to Henley. That's attacking football for you. Okay, goal kick. O'Hora to head it. Hunt gets on the end. Tarbuck now coming forward, finds Brown. Oh dear. I'm going to go to key highlights because this does look a bit back and forth. I think. Oh no, that's good. We're doing that. I feel like that might help. Except that's counterintuitive, of course. There we go. Come on, Newport. We're having the shots. We're having a go. Oh, it's a highlight. Free kick from Tunbridge. Cleared by Folston. Only as far as their player. Looking to counter-attack again. Put it out wide. Album picks it up. Album with a long ball forward. Only as far as Clark. Clark to Hunt. Hunt puts one out for Collins. Collins to put a cross in. Near post Toure. 1-0 to Newport County. That's his 4th goal. Since we've gone into this 4-4-2, he doesn't like being a lone striker, but I tell you what, he doesn't mind being part of a pair. But yeah, nice. Well done, Toure. 1-0 to Newport. 4th goal of the season. And well done, Collins. Throw in now. Thompson to Hardy. Hardy to Hunt. To Sutton. Hunt puts one forward for Collins. He's in the box. Gets cleared badly. Hunt now again. Sutton puts it out wide for Thompson. Thompson tries. Finds Clark. Clark has a go. Hardy gets a rebound from Pollard. And it's 2-0 to Newport. That's his 1st goal of the season too. 1st goal since joining us. That's one of my signings. Just wanted to mention that. Told you it'd be good. That's the thing. I think they had been playing a lone striker with not a lot of success. You get 2 up there and this works quite well. But I've never done a 4-2-4 particularly successfully. I felt that I might have half a chance just based on the fact that Newport have a fairly strong squad. Or, decent quality at least. Newport coming forward. Hunt. Wow, that was actually closer than you might have thought. In fact, he forced a corner. Collins to take it. On the head to Toure, but Toure looks like he puts it wide. Well, they've not had a shot on or a shot on target, and I'm pretty sure that one of the last games was similar to that, but there's no reason why we should be complacent, so show some passion, people. It's only half time. Well, it's a good position to be in. I was concerned when Neil Hunt got booked so early on, but like I say, we've picked things up a bit. Passionately. Go on. Prove a point to the pundits. Mr. Hunt is not having a fabulous game. I do think I'm just going to bring you off for Mr. Snelling. I know he normally plays as a centre-half, but he's going to try his luck in midfield today. I realise that looks like a bad choice, but trust me, it'll be fine. Alright. Kick off for Tunbridge. Puddy. Oh, well, they had a shot on and a shot on target, which is good. Good. We need to demand more. There we go. Get focused, boys. I don't see too many weaknesses in the Newport side at the moment. Clark's looking tired, though. Throw in now for Newport. Albon to take it. There's Collins. Collins is coming forward. Into the middle now with Snelling. Snelling with the ball forward to Henley. Not the most accurate of through balls, I'm just saying. Henley, goal kick, long one out to Thompson. Picked up by Clark. Clark puts a nice long one back to Bailey. Bailey with a long, long ball forward to Hardy, who's on it. And oh my goodness, Joe gets his 2nd goal of the game. Is 3-0 on 66 minutes. I was just kind of joking around there on Not Lie because it's, long ball, and another long ball. But you know what? I should shut my mouth because Bailey just got an assist. Long ball, Hardy controls it, and look at that. It don't get any tighter than that. Told you it'd be good. Crikey. Yeah, Clark is knackered. I'm just going to see whom I can bring on for Mr. Clark. Because, yeah, 64%. It's going to have to be Mr. Hale, I'm afraid. It's not his preferred position. Is there anybody else who's in particular dire need? Well, Toure's not too far off, but I don't have anybody. I could bring on a central defender, but honestly, O'Hora and Folston are doing fine, so let's see how that goes. Come on, Newport. Push, push, push. I'm going to demand more one last time. See if we can't get another goal out here. I reckon Hardy fancies his hat-trick. Henley with the goal kick. Cleared by Folston. On to Snelling. Snelling finds Hale. Hale to Hardy. Hardy dispossessed. Toure, however, is behind him. Hardy again. Finds Toure. Toure has a go, and oh, it's just wide. That would have been nice, wouldn't it? A brace each for the strikers would be fabulous. Henley with the goal kick. That was a well taken, but Folston was on it, and that's it. Full time. Newport County 3, Tunbridge Wells 0. If you can hear that in the background, that's a fire engine. Hope it's not coming to this building. I know it's gone down the street now. Okay. Well, I'm very happy with how we played. I'm very pleased with the result and your performance. And yeah, they look pleased. If I give it to the assistant, he tends to upset them for some reason. I know how to handle him, mate. Don't worry, Gio, I got this one. Okay, let's finish with a quick roundup. Obviously, we had a 1-1 there against Cray, which in some respects we were fortunate to get away with. We weren't fantastic. We're still in 8th on 10 points. If we go with Manager 2 over at Newport, as you will see, we're still top after that convincing 3-0 victory over Tunbridge. I do fancy my chances already of going straight up. 4 wins, 2 draws. Torquay, of course, just behind us. They have managed to lose a game. The only other team, in fact, in the division not to lose a game yet is Royal Wootton Bassett. That's interesting. So, next episode, as previously discussed, will be the Royal Wootton Bassett against Newport County game. Will that be the first loss for either club? That'll make it exciting, won't it? And then, of course, we have the 2 friendlies for the Gambia. Anyway, if you enjoyed that, please do give me a thumbs up and subscribe for more Football Manager videos. Thank you very much for watching.